I tried to make this as comfortable of a graduation as I could, like to make everybody feel relaxed throughout it and not feel like too stressed, because yeah, I had a wonderful 3 years here, and just because the 3 years are ending and we're moving on to a different direction doesn't mean that it's not beautiful memories that we'll enjoy. And to be honest, with what's happened recently, oh, okay, while Marty Dean's away, I can actually talk about that, because I haven't had a chance to talk about that because we haven't done a proper solo stream in a little bit. With what's happened recently, I mean, I'd like to think that the way that I did things is at least a bit more calming than what's happened with Ike recently. Because obviously with Ike, no problem of his own. That's not like, oh, he didn't do a good enough send-off. But what I'm saying is I feel really horrible for the Quilldren. The Quilldren are going through a lot right now. They had no pre-warning for it whatsoever. And obviously Ike is dealing with his own things. As Ike said in his goodbye statement, he is stepping away from the internet completely right now and taking care of his mental health, which is incredibly important. And I know that's a painful step for a lot of people, but if he feels like that's what he needed to do for his own mental health, I think it's so good that he was able to take that big step, because that's also very scary for anyone. It's very painful to take that kind of step and to realize like, oh, the best way for me is to completely remove myself from the situation. So yeah, just make sure you're sending the Quilldren a lot of love as well. And what I will say is I was lucky enough that in the final day, I got to share a few messages back and forwards with Ike. Ike was sweet enough, like a couple of hours before anyone else knew. Ike actually sent me a couple of messages just saying very sweet things, like a very warm goodbye, and basically like no new information whatsoever. So I can't share any information like other certain people can. But yeah, it's just the same information he shared with everyone else, that he was stepping away from the internet completely for his own mental health, because he needs to take care of himself. And this was just the decision that he felt so strongly about. He even was sweet enough to apologize, which he really fucking did not need to. But he went ahead and apologized. He was like, I'm sorry that this has to take away the momentum of your graduation, and this should be your moment right now, but I made this decision, I finalized it, and I need to do it right now for my own mental health. So it was immediately like, bro, do not fucking worry about it. Like, I felt so horrible that they felt like they had to apologize. Like, that's what I mean. Mental health is so fucking important, and to make a decision like that, that's not something that anyone does in any kind of small way. Anybody who knew Ike Eveland knows how much he cared about his Quilldren. So the fact that he felt for his own mental health, he had to step away in that big of a way. Like, yeah, I'm glad he had that confidence to realize, oh, if I need to sort my head out, I need to do it this way. This is what I need to do for myself. And I hope that the Quilldren will be able to accept that. I know that that's been very painful, but yeah, for Ike's own sake, this is the path that he decided to take. And I hope he takes care of himself in the future, because he is such a sweet person. He was always so giving of himself to everyone, not just in Nijisanji, but throughout the VTuber community. But I mean, especially to Nijisanji. He would go out of his way to try and do covers and mixes for people. If we were ever talking about the fact that like we were working on some sort of music project, we'd always immediately get a DM from Ike saying like, oh, hey, do you need a mixer? Do you want somebody to like help you with this? And it was so sweet. And now I wish I'd taken him up on the opportunity a couple of times, because he wanted to help me with like enshrouding and a couple of other things. And I was always like, are you gonna let me actually pay you? Because that was the big thing with Ike. Ike would always go out of his way to help people. And then when it came time to be like, okay, thank you so much for this, how can I pay you? It became a battle, because he just never wanted to take payment. He just always wanted to do the work and then just disappear and be like, my job here is done. Flying off into the night like a fucking hero. And other people were much better at that. I was not very good at that. I was always like, thank you for the offer. I'll get somebody else that I can pay. You take care of yourself. You've already got too much on your plate. But yeah, I just hope in the future he has a wonderful time and his mental health gets back on track. Just, yeah. With that said, obviously, as according to his wishes, this will probably, no, I'm not going to stop talking about him. I'm not even going to lie. Like, I have no problem talking about him, but yeah, he wanted his content removed as far as I can tell. So if that makes him feel more comfortable, if he just doesn't want to be seen right now, I get that. But that doesn't mean that anybody has to stop thinking about him. That doesn't mean that we have to stop talking about the memories. That doesn't mean that you can't feel your feelings. So wherever you want to express yourself, please do. And yeah, it's been so sweet that I've seen so much outpouring for me as well as Ike. And so many people like realizing, oh God, we lost 2 in April and May. And yeah, Niji writers / Niji metal, both taking an exit very different ways, but I'm just glad he's taking care of himself. I'm glad he feels confident enough for that. And to any of the Quilldren who are having a rough time, just know the confidants are going through it too. And as sad as it is, you always lose everything eventually, whether it's your Oshi, whether it is anything in life, your loved ones, the people that are actually in your life could be taken away from you at any moment. That's just a fact of life, as sad as it is. So take care of yourselves. Try to make sure that the people in your life that you care about, you show them how much you care about them, because you never know when you're going to lose them. So just try to take every day as if it's your last day. Try to show them how much you care so that you don't leave any regrets behind.